Good afternoon, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm trying a Quattroquadri puzzle by Oddlyeven called Renbarity. Haven't solved many of these. I've done a couple, but this one was submitted a while ago, and yeah, finally getting to it. So, Quattroquadri is a very weird puzzle type that we don't see very often. So I'm not sure how I'm going to cope with this one. Let's have a look at how it works. So Quattroquadri is we have to put the digits 1 to 9 into each box so that no digit repeats in any row or column. But as you can see, this is only a 6 by 6 grid. So while we can't repeat any of the digits in the row or column, we don't have to place all of the digits in each row or column. Very weird. We have ratio pairs, or as they're just called, dots, but a black dot between two cells means that one digit is double the other. Not all dots are given. So somewhere there must be another domino where digits, there is a double. Normally it just means that it's possible for there to be another one, but realistically, for these rules to be real, somewhere there must be another domino where one digit is double the other. And then Parity Renban. So digits on a line form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits. So these are Renban lines. So, for example, if this was a 9, I was going to say 9, then these must be 8, 7, 6, and 5, because we must have a non-repeating set of consecutive digits. If you were to take the digits off the line, you must be able to sort them and have a run of digits. So that's how this would have to work. But also along these lines, and this is where things get interesting, the digits must alternate parity, which means that any odd digit on a line must only be next to even digits and vice versa. So that's very interesting. I have no idea how to solve this one. Let's restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I know I have to put the digits 1 to 9 in each box. So there must be a 9 either here or on one of these Renban cells, because you can never put a 9 on a black dot, because a black dot, working with the digits 1 to 9, a black dot is a low digit which then doubles to an even digit. So there must be an even digit on a black dot. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a 5 somewhere on this line, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't work. So there is a 5 somewhere on this, but I can never put a 5 on a black dot because there's no valid ratio. 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, 4 doubles to 8. 5 would then double to 10. You can never put a high odd digit on a black dot because it's always a low digit doubling to an even digit. So there will always be an even. So there is a 5 in one of these, but I can also potentially color these for parity. So this is going to be one parity. These are going to be the different parity. This is going to be back to the original parity, and this is also going to be green. So 5 is here. These are both even, and these are all odd. Now, if this is odd, it's 1 or 3. This and this and this are the same parity. This, and this are the same parity. There is a 5 on this line, and it can't be here. So there's a 5 in one of those, and it can't be there, because again, this is a 5-cell Renban line. So there's a 5 in one of those. If it's one of those two, then I know the parity of this line. If it's here, though, this would need to be odd, which would make that 1 or 3, which would make that even. If these are the 5, this is even, which would allow that to be either. There is a 5 on this line. It's not in those, but it could be here or in one of those. This doesn't have to have a 5 on it. That could be... Actually, could this be 1, 2, 3, 4? If it was, these would be the 3, 4, and those would be 6, 8. And they can't be 3, 4. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is interesting. There may need to be a 5 on this line, which may prevent this from being a 5. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, how does this black dot work? Well, I couldn't put 1 in either of those because I'd need the 2. I couldn't put 2 in either of those. I'd need a 1 or a 4. So these would be 3 and 4. But these would need to be the same parity, and 3 and 4 aren't the same parity. That doesn't work. And if this was 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 and 9 can't go on the dots, but 6 and 8 are the same parity, and that would work. I don't need to put. So there's either a 5 on this line, or these are 3, 4, and these are 6, 8, and these are both odd. These are odd. These are always odd, and these are always even. Because that's very clever. If this has a 5 on it, I can't put the 5 on the black dot. So the 5 would go in one of those two. Otherwise, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. And if this is 6, 7, 8, 9, then this is a 6, 8 pair, and they're even, so they're even. So always these are odd. So these are always even. But they could be 2, 4 with these being 1, 8 or whatever. But I do know the parity of that line, which is fascinating. But it hasn't told me. Wait, no, this is a 5. Because this is a 5 cell length line. So it must have a 5 on it. And I can't put it there because this is a 5 cell length line. So there's a 5 in one of those. So there's no 5 here. There's no 5 here. This is a 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, which means this is a 6, 8. This is a 7, 9. The 6, 8 means these are 3, 4. And these are 1, 2. This is odd. So this are odd. And these are all even. Fascinating. So these, we must have an even digit on a black dot. So that is even. So that is even. And these are odd, which means this is not a 5. I can't do even odd counting in the rows or the columns because I've got 9 digits to play with in only 6 cells. Which is a tad annoying. I can do it in boxes. I can't do it in rows. But 5 is in one of... I don't need to put a 5 in the row, though. If that's a 5, there's a 5 in one of those two. If that's a 5, though, I don't need to put a 5 in this row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There must be, or 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There must be a 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on this. So these are 3 and 7. Oh, that's glorious. Because it's a 7 length line. So it must be either 1 through 7, 2 through 8, or 3 through 9. So the odd digits on the line are 3, 5, and 7, but I can't put 7 on a black dot. That's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 7. And now I can't put 7 on this line because this cell sees all of those. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. So it must have 2, 3, 4, and 5 on it. I don't like that, but it must have 2, 3, 4, and 5 on it. And it's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That can't be the 5. That can't be the 5. But there's a 6 on this line. So there's no 1 on the line. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these can't have 1. So they're 3, 5, 7, and 9 only. But I can't put 3 on it. So these are 5, 7, and 9 because I can't put 3 on this line because none of these odd. So these are 5, 7, and 9. That's an 8 because I need to get the 9 down. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 5 there. These are 2 and 4. And these, well, there's a 1 in one of them. This 6 makes this the 8 and this the 6, which makes this the 3 and this the 4. There's no 4 here. There's no 3 in either of those, but there must be a 3 on this line. There doesn't have to be a 6 on this line. There does not have to be a 6 on that line. I feel like I'm on the right track, but so hang on. There must be 2 and 4. 2 and 4 on this line, but that cell sees all of these. This one doesn't. So this can't be 2 or 4. This is 6 or 8. But this one, oh, this is also 6 or 8 because all of the 4 are digits. This is 6 or 8. So there's no, I know that could be 6 and that could be 6. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, the 4 even digits gave me that. The 8 here makes this 6 and this 8. There is no 6 here. This could be a 6 though, but only if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? These would be 3 and 5. Actually, no, I could put 3 here. These would be 1, 3, and 5. This would... No. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which it would need to be if this is 6, what would I put here? These couldn't be odd. These would be the odd digits, and these would need to be 2, 4, which they can't be. So this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there must be a 6 on it, which means that's not a 6, and this line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fascinating. So I now know this line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This line must have a 6 on it, and 6 must go in green. So green is even, and purple is odd. So there's no 5 in either of those. There's no 3 in here. So this has to be 5, 7. There's a 6 in one of those two. If that's 5, 7, this is 9. There's no 9 on this line. This is 5, 7. These are 1, 9 to complete the box. These are all even. They're either... I can't put... Hang on. They're 5, 7. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no other way of doing it. Because they have to connect up. I need one below the gap and one above. So these are 4, 6, 8. No, not 2. 4, 6, 8. Without there being a 6 there. So there's no 4 there. And these are 1, 2, 3. Well, this can't be a 1 because 1 would need a 2. This can't be an 8. So it's 2, 4 or 3, 6. This 7 makes this the 5 and this the 7. There's no 5 here. 9 can't go in any of those, so this is the 9, making that the 7 and that the 9, which makes that the 5 and that the 7. I think I'm going to get rid of all of the existing colouring. Because I need to figure out how I'm going to resolve this. Because it's got to be this. Because this is from 1, 2, 3. Because it can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So those are the same digit. Because that digit has to go in this box somewhere. Those are the same digit. But I'm not sure what that's doing, because it's one of those two digits and big whoop. How do I resolve this? I've got the makeup of all the lines. I've got the boxes down to fairly tight constraints. The only dot I haven't resolved is this one. If this is 2, 4, 8, 6, three, 6, I don't know. If this is 3, 6, these would be 4, 8. That'd be 2, 4, 1, 2. I'm not seeing how to resolve this. 5 is in one of those two, but that's not conflicting with anything on the grid. I know these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 is in one of those, but that doesn't do anything. Because if I put 3 here, 3 is in one of those two, and there's no conflict there. If I put 3 here, 3's there, and that doesn't conflict with anything. How do you resolve it at this point? I imagine experts at Quattroquadri would know. I am not such a beast. Is there a digit that sees something? Like if this is a 1, this is a 1. This is a 1. Then I could have to put 1 in one of those two, but that's all okay. I don't get it. I mean, I'm right at this point, aren't I? Yes, I am. Is it alternate? It's got to be alternating parity along. Oh, it's alternating parity along this line. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these digits are even. These digits are odd. There's no other way of doing it. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 3 odd digits and 2 even digits. So that has to be the 2. That has to be the 4. And that was because I can't put 4 here because of that. So this is the 2. This is the 4. The 2 here makes this the 1 and this, it was that. That's the 3. So this isn't 2 or 4. This isn't 2 or 4. The 3 here says there's no 3 here. This is the 1, 5, making that the 3, which makes that the 2 and that the 1. That's the solution. That's the 9. That's the 1. I can now get rid of all the colouring. This is a 1, 5 pair, but the 1 is looking down, making that the 5 and that the 1. So you just had to think about the puzzle the right way. The 2 is looking up, making that the 4 and that the 2. Okay. The 2 is making that the 4 by black dot, which makes that the 8 and that the 6. That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Remember your constraints. Always go back and remember your constraints. I'd forgotten about using these as a parity line, and then at the end it was like, hang on, how do I resolve this? Of course, there's a black dot right there. It's quite large. Should have noticed. Absolutely stunning. I would like more of these, please. I'm not necessarily saying from Oddlyeven, but from someone. These Quattroquadri puzzles, very, very clever. I would like more of these. These are excellent, and I want more of them of this quality. Hope you enjoyed this one, because I did. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.